what's that, maybe 20 yards dispersion between those? Not much more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 20 yards total, but off center, you're talking 10, 15 yards max on any of them. So assuming that center of the fairway is between the goalposts there.
Well, I'll tell you, that for me would make so much more difference, because the difference in my ability to score down to that low 2-3 handicap level is where that drive puts my next shot.
Right.
And if I could keep that drive that tight to where I'm looking, that would sure change the pressure on the rest of the game.
How do you feel heaviness versus the other shaft? Lighter or heavier in this shaft?
This shaft feels quite a bit lighter to me than the other shaft does. So as a result, I feel like I can feel the head.
Other shaft meaning
the one you got
the
in your
speeder
hand.
or your other ET2?
No, the speeder.
Yeah.
The speeder.
Okay.
So I feel like even though I know the head is obviously the same head, I'm feeling like when I get it up here, I don't have to force it like this to get the shaft to be able to come down. I feel like I'm feeling the head coming down and all the way through. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's a feel thing. But that goes back to what I was saying earlier, is it's a confidence thing. If you feel like you can swing it and feel where the head is versus hit it, if that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
It's almost like maybe a bad analogy, but almost like if there was a rug here and I was trying to get all the dirt out of the rug, I'd have this feeling like I'm trying to hit the rug hard. And what this is allowing me to feel almost is like the Olympic sport where it's called a hammer throw.
Yep.
Where you've got the chain, but the chain's flexible, and you have to let the club of the head weight pull the chain tight, and now all you're doing is swinging the head weight, and the chain is the enabler that allows you to do that. That's what this is doing so far.
It's like your hands can be dead and you can just rotate your body and swing your arms.
That's what it feels like, so much better.
And that is precisely what this entire design is all about with the ETA, the Energy Accelerants Transfer process. It's about getting that shaft to load, storing the energy, releasing the energy, so the shaft is doing the work for you, so you don't feel like you have to really, get after it.
My biggest lack of accuracy driving the ball is always feeling like right about here, my hands have to make the club head get to the spot that's going to give me the shot that I want. I'm not sensing that with this one. I'm sensing once it's up here, I can do this with my body, and the shaft just brings the club head back into the hitting area.
Good. Good. Good.
See, even when I miss them, I missed that one low and now toward the toe.
Yep.
And still got it out there within that
Right
20-yard dispersion and a little bit of a fade.
Yep. If that's your miss.
That shaft has got to be doing something, or otherwise with that other speeder shaft, that one would have been, well, wherever the woods here is probably another 30 yards to the right. It would have been easily out on the woods line. And that's the difference between hitting them in the fairway, that's like I was saying earlier, or playing off of the tree edges all the time. I purposely tried to hit that low, and look, I came right off with that low little draw.
Yep.
Yeah, you feel like you can get up there and plan your shot and hit your shot without thinking about mechanics.
Yeah.
And that's the only shaft.
Especially that one with that shaft, but almost any other driver I hit, I have always spent more time, like with my hands, worrying about getting the ball in play, whereas this one gives you such a confident feel that it actually lets you say to yourself, I want to hit a low shot, I want to hit a high shot.
Yep.
Now it's got me wondering whether or not the accuracy of my irons would improve that much better if I had better shafts in.
Well, it takes the stress off of your game, so your iron, you know, being in the fairway, so your iron play is going to improve from that standpoint. But your question about changing the shafts, I'll just tell you real quickly. The irons that I play are, I mean, they haven't even built them in 20 years, the old carbide tungsten tours. I have a set of first generation Penley Stealth iron shafts that were made 17, 18 years ago. Those are the shafts that I still play today, and if you frequency them, they're absolutely dead perfect.
Right.
And the only reason I still play those shafts is because they are still dead perfect. Speeder 565 Evolution versus the ET3.
ET3 wins every time.
Holy cow! Well, we'll have to walk some of those off when we go to pick them up, but I'm going to say, I mean, you're easily hitting it 250, 260, and it's 45 degrees out.
Carry.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm swinging hard.
No.
Yeah, and that's carry. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just so you know, the flex on that shaft right there is right in the middle to upper R range. It's not a stiff shaft.
Interesting. I would have never guessed that. It was a little quick and still got it out there right.
But that's the interesting thing, is when the shaft is working properly, and you can take advantage of that softer shaft, get a little bit more load, store the energy, use the energy, and control it. It doesn't do you any good if you hit it farther out of bounds. But when you can hit it like that and take advantage of that little bit more flex,
that's the interesting thing to me then, as you've described this process of, without having done this, what we're doing now, and then you telling me what the flex really is. Any new club I would have ever bought, I would have always gone to a retail store, I would have always bought it off of eBay and made sure it was a stiff flex.
right,
Regardless of how many frequencies that stiff really is.
right.
I would have never come to say, you know, a better shaft at a different flex would make a difference in my ball flights and my swings. So how you market that's a good question. Yeah, that one I got over the top.
Yeah, a little bit. Pushed it just a little. And that is actually an interesting subject, because that's, like torque, there is no standard within the industry for flex. One guy's regular might be another guy's stiff, and one guy's stiff might be another guy's X.
Well, it's like the comment I made to you yesterday is there's this notion in manufacturing, almost all kinds of products, is they call it mass customization for one. So you're making lots of stuff, but it's tailored just for the individual buyer. And it's all in your manufacturing process, and then your marketing has to be able to follow that process so that they actually work together. If you don't do that, you've got thousands of variations on this shaft out in the marketplace, and the buyer is not getting the advantage that I'm getting right now by
Right.
you saying to me, do you like that shaft? I thought it should be built for you this way, and by the way, it's nothing that you thought it was.
Right.
Over the top again.
Yeah, but you're still right side of the fairway.
Yeah.
Yeah, even tour pros. You know, there's the old saying, you play what you have for the day. Nobody's ever going to have the exact same swing every day.
Yeah.
What you want is equipment that will allow you to play your best possible golf no matter what you have that day, whether you're swinging great or not so great.
That's better.
And even when you're not swinging so well, maybe you're hurt, maybe you're a little sore, maybe you're tired, whatever the case may be, you still have to have equipment that allows you to, you know, take a swing at it and have the confidence in knowing that even if your swing's off a little bit, the ball's not going out of bounds.
Well, from where I'm aiming, I've only hit a couple of shots that would have missed the fairway out of all these that I've hit so far.
Right.
For me, that's like dying and going to heaven.
Yeah, me too.
There's the hook. A little bit of a snap hook, but
Yeah. Were you trying to hook it there?
yeah.
Okay, because you were a little closed. Okay, you were a lot closed.
Yep.
There it is.
Well, I couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Beautiful.
And I even hit that one low on the club face again. If I'd ever get it up here where the sweet spot is, it'd be more distance. Well, even the misses are good.